What's up, guys? CryptoSavvy here. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Welcome to the channel where you subscribe to get daily updates on Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and the Dow Jones Industrial. We'll take a look at that at the end. I'll show you why I'm still bearish and where we would have to pass to get anywhere near bullish on that. So definitely stick around. Don't forget there's a free Discord group in the description below the video. Definitely check it out and let's get into it. All right, guys, as always, just a reminder, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not investment advice, nor is it trading advice. Also, there's a disclaimer scrolling on the bottom. Make sure you read it, and always remember, this is my opinion, not yours. All right, so let's see what's going on in the headlines just to get a feel for the sentiment. This could be the biggest ever month for Bitcoin and crypto. Sounds bullish. Retail Bitcoin investors are buying the dip as institutional, or what's it say about institutional? We'll take a look at this real quick. As institutional traders flee. All right, bearish. Tim Draper, pandemic could be the tipping point for Bitcoin. Bitcoin's on fire. Price gap between sellers and buyers. Bitcoin spikes by 2 times in 26 days. It's time for beer and Bitcoin. Bitcoin equities markets rally on signs of hope. All right, so sounds kind of more leaning towards the bullish side. We are at 21 on the fear and greed index, still in extreme fear, up 1 point from yesterday, and let's get into the charts. All right, so I want to talk a little bit about Bitcoin 2 and what's going on and why I think that might hurt Bitcoin, or may not be as good for the normal everyday average Joe people. Because of what's going on, people don't have money to spend right now, and if they do, they're probably more likely going to hold it than spend it, especially the people that don't understand Bitcoin. So to see a bunch of money coming in right now, I don't think that's likely. And if it does, it's probably going to be the people that already have money and a lot of money. And if that's the case, then it's kind of going to hurt Bitcoin for what it was for. Not to say, Bitcoin won't go up, but if the average Joe can't get a hold of it, then it kind of defeats the purpose of what Bitcoin was doing. So I just wanted to talk about that a little bit, and let's get into it and see what's going on. So we have this falling channel that we popped out of over here. This is the monthly, by the way. And we did pop above it, but we are getting rejected by it now underneath it. We have the 55 EMA on the monthly down at about 48.40. My wife's webpage. This is a great way to support the channel, guys. There is a link down below, inkyourimage.com. Check it out. She has lots of cool stuff in there. There's also long sleeve tees, hoodies, keychains, socks, a bunch of other stuff. Just hit her up in the contact. She can put anything you want on any of this stuff, family pictures, whatever. All right, back to the charts. So let's look at the weekly here. We got major rejection here at the 13 EMA, which was at about 74.85 range. And we had talked about this, the 55 EMA, which is the yellow line here. We had a cross. The 21 EMA had crossed below it. Obviously, the 8 and the 13 did before, but I said I was going to get pretty bearish here, which I am at this time. Sorry about that. But let's take a look at the bigger picture. I do think it is possible, and I'm not saying this is going to happen, but I want you guys to be aware of it. If we take this trend line from way back in 2016, if we were to come down and retest this could be around the $2,500 to $2,600 range. Again, I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm just saying it's a possibility. We also have this trend line here, which we peaked below. If we were to come down, we could get support around that $4,200 to $4,400 range. But again, let's get into the RSI. As you guys know, if you watch the channel. Oh yeah, I appreciate everybody giving the thumbs up. Please take a second out, give it a like, and leave your comments down below. It's been helping get the videos out there. I really appreciate it, guys, and we are almost to 14,000 subscribers, which that's pretty awesome, and I appreciate each and every one of you. If you can, share this video, get it out there to more people if you like the content. So we've been talking about this red support and resistance line on the weekly, and this is back in 2014. You can't see it, the data is not here on Coinbase, but we capitulated below it, popped back above, got support. 2018 capitulated below it, popped back above, got support, and below it again. But now we are popped back above. I believe this next drop is most likely going to come down and retest this. That's my opinion. That's why I'm bearish, and I'll show you my targets for that. Now, if we look at the EMAs on the daily, they have turned bullish, but they're looking pretty weak. They're kind of straightening out right here. We are getting rejected at the 55 EMA, which is around the 73.20 range, right in there. As you can see, I have this rising wedge here. I do believe that's what we're in, and that is a bearish formation. I will take a look. I mean, it's possible we could pop up here, and on the daily, today would be around, if we popped up above the 70, let's see, be about the $7,500 range. If we are able to pop up above that and close a 4-hour, that'd be pretty bullish. Then we could be looking at these higher targets here. We'll take a look at that in a second. This is the daily chart. Let's take a measured move here. If we looked at this rising wedge, we took a measured move of that. If this was to break down and today, now this is, like I said, this is if it broke today, we could be looking at around the $3,900 range, $3,930, somewhere in that. That would be a double bottom. But if it could, there is another measured move, measuring this as a flag pull. This is a bear flag, which I don't necessarily believe that's the case. Remember, we have the 2568 range. Also, something I want to point out, if you look at the volume here, it's still declining. We've not had any breakout volume. So the people that think we've broken out, that's incorrect. I know people were looking at this as a ascending triangle. That is not the case in my opinion. One more thing, if you guys are interested in trading, I do have some trading links down below. There is Prime XBT, which give you huge, they give you 50% on whatever you deposit in your account. When you sign up with them using my links, there is some promo codes down there. There's also a promo code to get you 25% off of the trading fees for a whole month. Definitely check those out. Bybit is another one. I will leave a Bybit tutorial up top. There, you also get a sign-on bonus for sign up with Bybit. Depends on what you're going to do. If you want to get into, you know, the equities and Dow Jones and S&P and start trading gold and silver and stuff, you can do that on Prime XBT with Bitcoin. So definitely check it out. Those are my two favorite exchanges. And anyways, let's look at what this target would be. If we was to drop down here, we would be looking around, and I'll put a price target on there. Let's put it right there, about 3,011, 3,100, right in that range, which would also be a double bottom from way back here in December 19. So if we were to move up from here, what would that target be? If we were to break up today past that 75.20 range, we could be looking at retesting these tops, these highs up here at 10.5. That is a possibility, guys, but we do have major resistance at this 55 EMA that we have to watch around 32.20 to 32.50. But again, guys, I'm bearish here. I know a lot of people are super bullish. If we were to pop up here, another place we'd have to look for resistance is right in this golden pocket zone, and that is the golden pocket zone from this swing high to this swing low here. And that's about 8,025, 8,050, which would also line up with the 200 EMA on the daily. Let's get into the smaller time frames. And if you guys watch this channel, we have been, you know, watching this the whole time while people were saying that this was an ascending triangle. We were looking at it, first we were looking at it as a bear flag with a upward sloping channel, but now for the last week, we have maybe a little more than a week, we've been looking at it as a rising wedge. And like I said, we already looked at the targets here. really, there's nothing really to do in here until we break this. And I've been talking about that for a while. Let's go. I want to go into the RSI now real quick and just show you something we were looking at. Back in here, this was, you know, a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, I said that this could possibly play out as an inverse head and shoulders. That's pretty much what it has done here, as you can see. But I do believe we'll come back down and test the shoulder here. That's why I think we have one more drop. We're going to go into the smaller time frame and look at one more thing on this drop that we could be seeing. All right, so within this rising wedge, I have this rising channel in here. And if we do a measured move of that rising channel and we were to break down here, that would get us to around that $6,400 range, which is the 0.382 fib. If that was to break, let me get this out of here. If that was to break, then we're looking at the 5,400, and this has been my target for quite a while, and it still is my target. I do believe we're going to come back down to at least this 54, and if that does not hold, then we are looking at these lower lows I had talked about. But I'm still bearish here, guys. If you look at the EMAs, they do look bullish here, but they are turning back over. As you can see, the 8, the 13, and the 21 have crossed the 200, and the 55 is trying to come up and cross the 200 on the 4 hour. If that happens, then we may see these higher highs, guys, but I don't think so. Still super bearish. Show you why also in the RSI. As you can see, there is a rising broadening wedge here. I suppose it's possible to get a huge run up and retest this, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think we're going to break out of the bottom of this, and that's going to be pretty damn bearish. Full disclosure, I am in a short right now. The people in my members group know it. I think I even posted it yesterday in my free Discord also. But anyways, that's what I'm looking at. I do think we are eventually going to break this, guys, and come on down. That is my opinion, not yours. Let's look at Litecoin. Same thing with Litecoin. As you can see in the RSI and Litecoin, we do look like we are in a rising wedge. We could get one more test and a pop up here to, you know, retest the top of this wedge. It's in the same type wedge as Bitcoin. I suppose if we were able to break this 47.87, which is the 0.382, we could be looking up towards the 54.50 range. Same thing with the RSIs here, or the EMAs here, guys. The 8, the 13, and the 21 have popped over, but they are starting to look like they're turning over. I'm still bearish here. Let's look at it in the daily and take a look at that. As you can see, still declining volume. We never had a break of this formation, and that's how you can tell that we are still in a formation. The volume has not broke out. Once we break out, you'll know the volume will spike. Red, you'll have major sell volume. If it breaks down, you'll have major buy volume if it breaks up. So I said, while we're in these triangles, there's really no trade, no safe trades in there unless you're scalping or whatnot. But let's take the measured moves if we were to break down, and then we'll look if we were to break up. So if we were to break down the measured move of this rising wedge, depending on where we broke down here, guys, somewhere around the $24 to $25 range, which also lines up with this old trend line that we have here from these wicks back here. So that would be my first target. Obviously, we'll probably get some support here at the 39, which is 0.236 fib, which we have, you know, got support and resistance quite a bit over here. So anyways, a break of this, and my target's most likely around the $24 to $25 range. And if we were to look at this as a flag pull, this being a bear flag, which I think is a little less likely, but then we could be looking as low as the $18 range. Now, if we were to break up here, we could be looking as high as the $65 range. It's possible. And the points to watch here is around 48. If we close a 4 hour above 48, bullish, and If we were to come straight down now, would be around this 41.46, which has been, you can tell it was old resistance back here, and I would look for that to be support. If that's support, then we could continue up, but if that 41.30 area breaks, then we're looking at the 39. I don't think that would hold, and then we're $24 to $25 range. Let's look at Ethereum. Same thing, guys. Rising wedge here. Oh, we did not look at the RSI. Oh yeah, we did. Anyway, that's a bearish side too. We could get one more pop up in Litecoin before coming down, but I doubt it. As you can see in Ethereum, rising broadening wedge. We also broke up on top of this falling channel. The top of that falling channel and the rising wedge bottom here are confluent. I do believe we're most likely going to break that, guys, and come on down. It's going to be pretty bearish, in my opinion. Could get us down to the bottom of this wedge again, which would be around the 146 to 147 range. Obviously, in the 4-hour here, the EMAs do look somewhat bullish, but they are starting to curl over. Also, you do have the 55 working its way up to the 200. Let's look at, again, guys, I'm bearish on all three here, and especially bearish on the Dow Jones Industrial. We will be taking a look at that here shortly. So let's look at, if we were to break down here, I'm actually going to move this up. That would be right around the double bottom area. Also, around the 89.60 range. If we looked at this as a rising wedge with the measured move, if we looked at it as a bear flag, like I said, I'm less, I don't really think it's a bear flag anymore. I think it's more of a rising wedge, but we could be looking at a $45 Ethereum if we are to break down from this wedge. Now, if we were to break up from here, then I get a target right around the 238 range. The golden retracement of this whole move here would be around 217. The 190 area is the 0.5 fib. That would be some major resistance. But if that was to break, I would look for at least the 217 range and possibly all the way up to the 0.786, which is 250. But again, guys, I am definitely way more bearish than bullish here. Pre-market, the markets will probably be open by the time you watch this, but right now the Dow and the pre-market is up $300 or 300 points. I'm sorry, used to Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum. Let's look at the Dow. If you guys haven't seen my videos on the Dow, this is a rising channel that we were watching with our 3 touches up top and 2 touches on the bottom, and we broke here. We knew that was going to be our support, and if it broke, it was going to get ugly, which it has. We actually came up yesterday, as you can see here, and retested that old support and got rejected. And we talked about that happening. Now, if we are able to pop up here and get back above the 23.7, the 23,700 points, then, you know, I'd be willing to take another look at this. But other than that, guys, we're still super bearish. We talked about there's no reason at all for this market to go up. The economy is absolutely crushed right now, and to think any different is absolutely absurd. Also, you know, you see a lot of people saying they're not, I don't know, some idiot on the comments the other day said, you don't know what you're talking about. The Dow Jones Industrial and the economy are not related or whatever. I mean, it's like there are some real freaking idiots out there. I don't know. That shit gets under my skin sometimes because people are so freaking stupid and they just want to be heard because they're, I don't know, they got mental issues. But anyways, let me get back to this. Sorry, got off track there. Looking at this rising channel, the measured move from where we broke down, guys, is, let me get this a little bit more accurate. I haven't been too worried about the accuracy on it, but that would get us right around this 17,200 point range. I'm still looking for at least that, guys. Like I said, we came up and we got rejected on this old support, new resistance, which is our rising channel. We do have the golden retracement zone here right around 20,500 points. That's probably going to give some support there. But ultimately, guys, I see us coming all the way back down to the 17.2. And if that doesn't hold, which I don't think it is, and I think a lot of people really believe that these markets are going to be able to come back. How? How are they going to be able to come back when so many people are losing their jobs? So many companies have folded up, gave up. I have strip malls by my house that the people that were leasing them with their businesses came and got all their stuff out. They're gone. I mean, it's not coming back soon, guys. So I don't think the 17.2 is going to hold. My next target would be around this 9160 or 9200. And if you look over here, that is right this old resistance. And if that breaks, whew, ugly, guys, ugly. I believe there will be a whole new monetary system at that point. I don't know. I would not be messing with the markets unless you are shorting the hell out of them. And the Dow Jones Industrial, S&P, I know a lot of people are saying it's bouncing, it's coming back. The shit ain't coming back, man. Anyways, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe by clicking the Crypto Savvy logo above my head. Smash that like button. Leave your comments down below. I love reading your guys' comments and seeing what you think. Agree or disagree. Let me know what you think. And yeah, thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'm out.